So, well, now that we're here and I got two amazing, talented women in front of me, I want to unleash yourself because we need to talk about this because something big happening in music and we're in music. It's a music podcast. What's up with Puff Daddy and the nightmare of person that he is, that everybody's been telling us for decades that he's a bad person, but now he's in the light. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That- So, for the people that don't know, an ex-girlfriend of Puff Daddy said that she was being physical aggressive with her. He went online and said, "This is a disrespect for me and my family. I will never touch a woman. I will never do that." A month and a half later, the video of him being extremely aggressive and physically hitting a let's I'm not gonna go to genders here because that's implied, but feels hitting a human being the way that he was hitting another human being is I don't even have words, right?
Yeah.
And he denied it, and then because I'm saying all this because we can talk about this to that point, and then what is happening right now. And then he went for an hour and a half on an Instagram live to apologize, saying that he's been seeking mental health help, that he is sorry about everything. For a reason, the status of limitation, he's not gonna go to jail. Go wonders,
Right.
like
Hmm.
go wonders, right? And they're getting into a settlement. But
Yeah,
guess
that's why
what? Right.
That's why Cassie originally had to do a lawsuit and not like press charges because a lot of the statute of limitations has gone up. This happened so long ago. That video that resurfaced was from 2016. And not until the video resurfaced did he offer an apology, a very insincere apology. You know, the crazy thing, last week you were asking me about any bad experiences with producers, and I thought of it after, and I was like, oh yeah, Puff Daddy. Because I have my own story with P Diddy, and I'll tell you when I worked with him, he had it was like what you see in the videos and stuff, like how he acts and on TV was completely different than the person I encountered and I interacted with and I saw. He gave off such mean, like just like deeply like scary vibes. I'm not even joking you. So, but anyways, seeing that video was very triggering for a lot of people, I'm sure. And I'm sorry that Cassie had to relive that, and have it, come out like that. However, how crazy is it that it takes that video to resurface for a lot of people to actually believe what she was saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's the
I,
scary
I,
part.
the scary part is that money will set you free, right?
Yeah, he
Even
paid 50K for the hotel to not let that video out. He paid fifty
but
thousand
then
dollars.
she paid 15 and the video was released to her. Now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry that I'm gonna bring you to that, but you just say that you work with Puff Daddy and he's the most trendy person right now. We need the whole
Yeah, I
scoop.
did.
This
I did.
this podcast is going to the
But
roof.
I
Meg,
wasn't,
you got
I
the stage.
wasn't, listen, I forgot about this, but because it wasn't me singing. I was dancing. I was one of his dancers. So basically in the VMAs 2005, I auditioned to be one of the dancers. And once I got picked, like through all the process or whatever, the choreographer was Lorianne Gibson, which was like making the bands. I don't know if you ever saw that show, but like she was the
I
choreographer on the
remember.
show. Oh yeah, she was the choreographer. And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be dancing for Puff Daddy, like, or P Diddy, whatever. And we were like, holy shit, that's crazy. Because at the time, I'm like, huge. You know what I mean? Huge, huge influence growing up. But yeah, so I went through like the whole week of rehearsals. We broke off into different sections and had to learn different choreographies. And then this is the craziest thing because okay. This was Hurricane Katrina before it turned around and hit New Orleans. It went over Florida first. Like we got hit. It was like a Cat 3 when it hit us. So this was the week. This was the same week of the VMAs. And when I tell you, we did rehearsal after rehearsal. So one morning, they're like, okay, um, Diddy's on his way. He's coming from Star Island. They go, how far is Star Island from here? I'm like, yo, like 10 minutes. Like, he'll be here in 10 minutes. That man walked in the room and like, it was like time stopped. And he like walked in and I was like, holy shit, that's Puff Daddy. Like, but he
Yeah.
walked in and he had to like kind of walk through our group to like in the choreography. We were like kind of like doing like floor work, and he was supposed to walk through us. And when he did, when I tell you, I felt this such negative energy off this man. I just like, mm-mm. He watched what we did. He's like, no. He tells her, he's like, change it. I don't like it. He told her after this full week that we had been doing the same choreography. He's like, I don't like anything about it. Change it right now. And we were like, oh shit. So we had to start changing stuff. We did the rehearsal at the actual venue, which was called the American Airlines Arena at the time. It's where the Heat played, not called that anymore, but the AAA, whatever. That's how I know it. When I left the rehearsal that day, I had a phone with me. That shit got blown away in Hurricane Katrina. Okay? This was all the same time. It was just bad vibes all over. Turns out, the next day after that, okay, he had his people like at the actual like rehearsal, and there were like dudes asking girls like, oh, do you want to come back to Puff's Mansion and Star Island, this and that? And first I declined, of course. I was like, no, I'm good, thank you. But a lot of people did go to that. So they were taking people and bringing them to his house for parties. I did not personally go. I cannot tell you what happens there. So however, the next day, the day before the show, I got cut. Me and 4 other girls. Like it was like 5 of us.
Because you didn't win.
Didn't like. I don't know if it was because of that, but it was the section he didn't like.
Don't be polite. It's because you didn't win. Yeah.
Yo, I promise you that I was like on my way to get my costume for the show's on Sunday. So that Saturday I was, going from losing my phone. I didn't have power because of the freaking hurricane. I got to the rehearsal like a little late, looking crazy that next day. I was like, maybe it's because I looked like a dead rat because I couldn't fix my hair. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, was it because I declined the invitation? I don't know. I'll never know. But that man's aura something was off about it. I do not get good vibes from him at all. So it was crazy how he kept changing our section and changing it to finally just completely forget about us. And I'm like, damn, did we just get cut on making the band? Like, that's how I felt. I felt like I was part of the show. So yeah, I watched the VMAs from my friend's couch, a little sad because I was like, I should have been there. I rehearsed on that stage. When I was doing the rehearsals, I saw the chairs with people's names, J-Lo, Shakira. Like, I saw their names. Like, I'm like, oh my God, she's going to be right there. I'm going to dance in front of J-Lo. Oh my God. And no, I didn't get to do it. But yeah, fuck up Daddy. I knew he was bad from then.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough, but I mean, it's sad for you, but we know that's the industry, sadly, and more in the past. And not even in the past. Meanwhile, you were sharing that story that I'm really sorry that they caught you because you didn't went to a party. And thanks God you didn't went to the party because we know what happened with that people like that, right?
I still got paid, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
She cooked another one.
Hey yo, Romo, it's a beef for me, cook 'em up like hibachi. Covered off the floor, Papa Willie, Kawasaki, private jet, hop before we take 'em flooding and supporting. We put fire in the sky, now look what we started. I'm in the faded, yeah, I'm so fan guarded. Barry B, 650, daily deported. If you do not fuck with me, you must be flame retarded. Throwing his Atlanta shit, bitch, keep sparring.